Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Opemi, and on this particular channel we talk about career development, personal development, growth, motivation, and all the good things that help you to achieve your dream life. So if you're interested in things like that, please stay tuned, stay connected. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and of course like the content too. Today I'll continue to answer the several interview questions that you likely encounter when you get to an interview. So unlike the episode where I talked about tell me about your greatest strength, where that part you have to trying to stay balanced between being humble and at the same time blowing your trumpet out loud. You can see the link up here, but this one is actually talking about like what are my weakness. I honestly do not want you to know my weakness. When it comes to an interview, this is a question that you cannot escape because they need to ask you. There are basically two reasons why an interviewer is asking you what are your weakness. The first one is to be sure if your weakness does not affect the job role or the job description. But the second most important one is that the interviewer actually is asking you, give me a reason to eliminate you from my list. And no, I'm not going to give you the chance to do that. Rather, I'm going to put myself out as your best candidate. Okay, and another thing you should know is when you're answering this, when you're being asked this question, on no condition should you say, I do not have a weakness, because you do have a weakness. Interviewer already believes that no one is perfect, which is true. There must be a particular area that you are not so exceptional at. So you're expected to mention at least one thing that is standing as your weakness. Another point I'd like you to know is that when you're telling an interviewer about your weakness, please do not start your sentence with, okay, I struggle with a couple of things, or I have a couple of weaknesses, or one of my major weakness is. Do not start that way, because you're already preparing the interviewer mind like, okay, you actually have a weakness. I don't know, there's this psychology effect that it brings to your interviewer. So I'm going to be giving you a particular phrase that you should start your sentence with. But before I mention that, I would like to mention to you first that when you're talking about your weakness, do not talk about your personal traits. For instance, do not say I usually get angry, or I get angry easily. Like please do not mention things that are actually personal to you, because these are personal traits and would not help you. When you mention stuff like that, it gives the interviewer this mind that, wow, once we employ you, you're going to be getting angry everywhere. You're going to be getting mad at every of our colleagues, everybody working in your team and all of that. No. What should you do? What you should say is mention an area that you're actually improving on. So instead of saying I struggle with, or one of my weakness is, say that one area in which I'm currently improving on. If you don't want to use this particular phrase, you can start with, in the past there is a situation where, in the past this usually happen. So this is actually a more safer phrase that you can use. Now, so I'm going to give like 3 lists of weakness which you can mention to a recruiter. The first one, you can mention that you find it difficult to say no to people, like you usually like a people pleaser and you love to get things done and make everyone happy around you. That could be a weakness. Another weakness is you actually lack a good public speaking skills. That can be another weakness. And the third weakness is you are usually not good with delegating tasks to people. So that can be another weakness you mention. If you notice, all of these weakness, they really do not have much to do with, they really do not have things to do with productivity. So there is high tendency that the recruiter will not have issue with you stating this as your weakness. Another point that you should look at is that when you're saying this, make sure you tell a story. Okay, so if you look at I mentioned this in my previous video when I talk about how to answer the question, what are your strengths. It is very important that you use a story because it helps the recruiter to remember you quickly. And also, it is advisable that you use the STAR approach. That is the STAR approach, talking about the situation, the task, the action, and the result. I'm going to be combining all of these in the templates I'm going to be sharing with you today. I'm just going to give you an example, like a template of an answer that you can say when you're being asked this question. One area I'm trying to improve on is my ability to delegate tasks. Usually in the past, I always felt I needed to have complete control over the project and ensure that everything was done correctly. However, one day I received a specific project with a tight deadline. I knew that I couldn't handle the task alone on my own, and I was forced to delegate some of the work to my team members. I explained the project to them and I expected every one of them to carry out the task. At first, I found myself micromanaging the team members and correcting their work, which actually slowed down the project progress. I was able to realize this, and I also realized that I was not delegating effectively. So one thing I did was I had a one-on-one conversation with the team members to identify their strengths and interests. Afterwards, I decided to delegate tasks that align with their ability and interest, and also provided them with the resources and support that they needed to succeed. So at the end of it, the result was more efficient and more productive because the team worked together seamlessly to deliver the project on time and within budget. So I was able to learn that delegation is not just about giving control, but it is about empowering the team members and leveraging on their strengths. Ever since, I've been actively seeking opportunities to delegate tasks and develop my delegation skills. I've read books online and I've also enrolled in online courses to help me improve this skill. If you enjoy that and you find this very useful, please don't forget to click on the like button. Why haven't you subscribed? This is useful, then you should subscribe so that next time when I post a video, you can see it quickly and be able to take notes. I'll see you again next time. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.